She was never meant to be seen. In the grand estate of Ashcombe, she moved like a shadow stitched into the walls. A dressmaker by trade, called only when silk needed saving or pride needed mending. Her hands shaped gowns worn by women who never learned her name. Her voice was quiet because quiet voices survived longer. That night, the ballroom glittered with chandeliers and expectation. Nobles laughed too loudly. Secrets hid behind fans. She was there only to adjust a torn seam on a duchess's gown. In and out. Invisible as always. But she took one wrong corridor. The door closed behind her with a soft, unforgiving click. Inside stood the Duke of Ashcombe himself. He did not turn at first. Men like him were used to rooms bending to their presence. But something shifted. A stillness pressed the air. When he faced her, their eyes met, and for the first time in her life, invisibility failed her. She did not curtsy fast enough. She did not look away. That alone unsettled him. "Who are you?" he asked, not unkindly but not gently either. "A dressmaker, Your Grace." Her voice was steady. That surprised him more than her presence. Most people trembled around him. She did not. He noticed her hands. Not delicate ornaments, but capable ones. Hands that built beauty instead of inheriting it. "You should not be here," he said. "Neither should you," she replied before thinking. Silence fell hard. In that moment, centuries of rules stood between them. Rank, blood, power. He had everything to lose. She had nothing except her dignity. Instead of anger, curiosity flickered in his eyes. Dangerous curiosity. "Leave," he said finally. She did. But something followed her out of that room. Something unseen. Something that would not stay silent. From that night on, the Duke noticed her everywhere. Not because he wished to, but because his world had been disturbed. She corrected noblewomen without apology. She spoke only when necessary, but when she did, people listened. She refused to shrink. And the Duke, bound by duty and watched by society, began to understand something terrifying. She did not need his permission to matter. If you're enjoying stories of hidden strength, forbidden attention, and slow-burning tension, don't forget to like and subscribe. These stories are whispered, not shouted, and you don't want to miss the next one. The Duke tried to restore order. He attended councils. He hosted dinners. He played his role perfectly. Yet his gaze betrayed him, always finding her at the edges of rooms meant to exclude her. She, meanwhile, continued her work as if nothing had changed. That was her quiet defiance. She did not seek him. She did not avoid him. She simply existed, and that unsettled him more than rebellion ever could. One afternoon, a noblewoman's gown split just before a public appearance. Panic erupted. Reputations trembled. They sent for the dressmaker. She arrived calm, eyes focused, hands swift. The Duke watched as she worked under pressure, saving honor stitch by stitch. In that moment, he realized power did not always announce itself. Sometimes it whispered through skill. "You could be more than this," he said softly when the room cleared. "I already am," she replied. Those words struck deeper than insult. Society watched closely now. A duke's attention was never invisible. Glances lingered too long. Conversations paused when they stood too near. Scandal breathed just beneath the surface. Yet nothing improper happened. That was the cruelty of it. Longing restrained by class. Respect tested by desire. Every unspoken moment heavier than a confession. At a public gathering, she stood surrounded by silk she had made but would never wear. He approached her, fully aware of the eyes on them. "You changed the way I see this world," he said quietly. "Then perhaps it needed changing," she answered. He did not touch her. He did not claim her. He simply stood beside her, letting society witness something radical. Acknowledgement. One misstep could have destroyed them both. But sometimes the bravest defiance is not scandal. It is standing still and refusing to disappear. If this story stirred something in you, like it, subscribe, and stay with us. Some stories burn slowly, but they leave the deepest marks.
Thank you for watching full video. For more stories like this, visit our channel, like, subscribe and share.